What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First off, as always, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, but we are back here with another new look rebuild. As we are starting off this week in the Western Conference, as today we'll be doing a 5-year new look San Antonio Spurs rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Also, always have to update you guys up top. If you are looking for a share scenario, make sure you guys search up Boomeo on Xbox. And you should be able to find it. I actually just updated it. I put Tyus Jones on the Suns. I gave Russell Westbrook his correct contract. And I think I did a few other things as well. So if you're looking for a share scenario, you're still doing rebuilds at home, and you want a somewhat realistic file or somewhat accurate file, I think I have a pretty decent one. There might be a few things wrong with it, but I think overall it's pretty good. So make sure you check it out if you're looking for one. But as I said, we are doing a new look San Antonio Spurs rebuild. So the last time we did a Spurs rebuild, we forced Chris Paul to stay on the Spurs for as long as possible. Of course, today we won't be doing that. I think Chris Paul more than likely will probably be in San Antonio for like one season, I assume. Maybe he's there longer than that. I guess that's possible, but we shall see. But of course, Wembanyama is the guy they are building around. They drafted him first overall last year. He was the generational prospect, and he definitely lived up to that after year one. The only two things they've really done this offseason, other than obviously drafting guys, is they, brought in Chris Paul, as I mentioned already, and they also brought in Harrison Barnes from a sign and trade that helped DeMar DeRozan get to Sacramento. But yeah, they drafted Stephon Castle, which I think is an absolute amazing pick for them going forward. And then obviously they also drafted like Juan Nunez and City as well. But if we go to player progression, as you can see, Wembanyama is down, up 4 overall, while Chris Paul went down 6 overall. So yeah, that's not good. But like I said, Chris Paul, he's only going to be here for one season, so really no big deal. So let's just go ahead and get into year number 1, and let's take a look at this rotation altogether, as I'm excited to see how this year 1 team will do with Wemby leading the way. So let's take a look at the year 1 rotation. So it's going to be Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sochan, Wembanyama. You got Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Stephon Castle, and Malachi Branham. I'm not going to lie. And then Harrison Barnes, of course. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to see Stephon Castle start in year 1, but I can kind of understand, how maybe him coming off the bench could be something that happens. But I think I'm going to try to find a way to start him. So I guess if I was going to do anything, I guess we'd play Devin Vassell at the 3, because this is about developing Stephon Castle next to Wembanyama as fast as possible, right? So let's move Devin Vassell to the 3 for now, because Devin Vassell's got to start. He does go up to an 84, which is kind of nice to have, so that's great. But Stephon Castle has to start. There's no way around it. I want to start him. So Chris Paul, Stephon Castle as our backcourt, I think is fine. Maybe the Spurs do something different. And like I said, maybe Chris Paul just comes off the bench, which is definitely possible as well. So maybe we could have just done that and, have Castle start. But whatever. I think I'm cool with them starting year 1. We're probably not going to be very good anyway. Maybe Wemby propels us to the playoffs. That's definitely possible. But Keldon Johnson, I think, was coming off the bench for the Spurs last year anyway. Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, and then Harrison Barnes. I like that. So we're going to go ahead, simulate year number 1 with this being the roster, and we are going to see how things go. I'm not going to probably make any trades at the deadline. I'm just going to let this ride out and see how the Spurs do in year 1. Maybe Wemby leads us to the playoffs, but obviously not really, having that expectation. Just want to see progression from all the young guys. Today's video is brought to you by 2 softwares that are designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. And we're starting off on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer. So how it works, if you're, using Prize Picks, Underdog, or any other of those popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is so clutch because you can find plays within 2 seconds without having to do your own little research. So basically how this works is you're trusting data and analytics, and I promise you, it sounds kind of daunting at first, but once you really get the hang of things, man, it's just like, I can't tell you how crazy it is. So there's actually a lot of Olympic options on the board now. There's not a ton of data points because there's not every single book is offering Olympic props. But as you can see, maybe on Josh Giddey under 17.5 points, this would be a good play to plug in and over Prize Picks because as you can see, 2 other sports books are heavily favoring him to go under. Same thing with Lou Dort, same thing with Shea, and same thing with Olynyk. So you could technically plug that into a 5-man slip if you truly wanted to. Obviously, green plays are the best, but this is only off 1 data point. Having more data points is better. But basically, like I said, we found all those plays within 2 seconds. You're trusting data, math, and you're trusting the sports books because I promise you, sports books are very sharp. I promise you. You'd be surprised on how many times a line gets hooked by either, over half or under half. They're just super sharp on how they set their lines, which is why trusting sportsbook data is very important. But if you also take a look at OddsJam's Positive V tool, they also have a fantasy optimizer. I actually love this tool a ton as well. But we actually have a great example on the board at the moment. We have Seattle Mariners versus Boston Red Sox. Over 2.5, first 3 innings total run. So if you look at this and you see that Fanatics has this at plus 100, and you got 3 other books offering this at minus money, why would we go over to Caesars and say, okay, let's take this at minus 125? That would make no sense. We could get a better price on Fanatics at plus 100. We can get plus money, which is why looking at data like this is so important, and it makes you profitable in the long run. If I remember to, because I think I've forgotten the last couple times, I will show how I'm doing this month. I think I'm having my best month ever right now. Actually, I know I am. I'm having the best month ever since starting doing this positive EV stuff. So make sure you guys check it out. Links down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They give you a percentage off when you first sign up. I think it's 25% off on DGF and 15% off on OzGem. Make sure you check it out. Other than that, let's get back to the video. At the end of year 1, Luka Doncic just continues to win MVPs. He gets it year 1, and Stephon Castle gets Rookie of the Year. So that's fantastic to see that. Love that for him. I know he eventually makes all defensive teams as well. So having Wemby and Stephon Castle as our defensive duo is amazing to start this rebuild. But of course, Wemby just won defensive player, no surprise there. Also makes All NBA second team, but unfortunately for us, so Wemby all defensive first team. Like I say, I don't expect Castle to make an all defensive team yet, but hopefully, eventually he will. But he's up to a 77, which is great. Now, we did not make the playoffs this year, and we're not in the play-in either. But I actually kind of like that start for us rather than being in the playoffs because, as we all know, this 2025 draft class is loaded, and we can add another good prospect to this team. Sign me up for the start of this video being that way. I'd rather be a lottery team to start this video. So 22 from Wemby, 15 from Keldon Johnson, 14 from Vassell. You had 13 from Castle, 11 from Zach Collins, and 10 from Trey Jones. So let's go ahead, simulate the playoffs, and let's see who goes on to win the championship. And then Stephon Castle, as we all know, wanted to play point guard. He made that very clear before the draft, so we are going to make him the long-term starting point guard. I know he started the 2 guard technically with Chris Paul, but that was just for some mentorship stuff. I'm assuming Chris Paul is going to call it a career here, I assume. Let's see if he does. Maybe he won't. I mean, maybe I'll re-sign him. I guess it depends on how much he's asking for, but he'll definitely come off the bench this next season. But let's get to the lottery. Man, when it comes to this 2025 draft class, I have not had crazy luck in a video in a long time. I would love to see ourselves get some luck here, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3. So we're also projected Chicago's pick, but I'm pretty sure that's protected. So is San Antonio, or so is Charlotte's pick, so we're not getting either. We were projected the best, number 1 overall pick. That's 40% chance, but usually when that happens, you automatically drop to 5 in 2K. I've rarely ever see myself stay number 1 when I have the best odds. So let's see if we do drop to 5, and yep, sure enough, we're at 5. So yeah, I kind of saw that coming. So unfortunately, we're not getting Cooper Flag. I doubt he falls to us at 5. Chicago's got 2, New Orleans, and I said Charlotte gets to keep their pick at 11, I believe, or it might be only top 10 protected. No, I probably have it correct. It's probably like top 12 or something. So we don't get that. We do get Atlanta's pick though, which is nice. But yeah, really unfortunate, just to tank all year to get 5. Detroit knows that all too well. But yeah, kind of sucks. I would have loved to have finally had some 2025 luck. I haven't had it in a while in a video lately. I've really noticed how every single time I'm a lottery team in 2025, I just haven't had good luck lately, man. It's been a while, but fortunately that does not change today. We're gonna fill out this coaching staff, and I'll see you guys on draft night who we're taking at pick number 5. So let's just hop right into the draft and see how this draft goes. So number 1, of course, Cooper Flag to the Wizards. That would be amazing for them having Belil, or not. Oh yeah, Belil. They have Belil, then Bub Carrington, Alex Sarr. That'd be a good start to their rebuild. Ace Bailey goes Chicago. I wanted one of those 2 guys. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen today. New Orleans going to take Dylan Harper. Probably wouldn't have taken him today anyway because we have Stephon Castle on to play at point guard, and then VJ Edgecombe goes to Brooklyn. So we're left with like Ian Jackson or Nolan Troyori. So I know Nolan's pretty good. And I have gotten Hugo in a couple videos, but I think it's been a little bit since we've had him. I know I drafted him. We could get Noah as well, all-star. Maybe we draft Noah to change it up, or Colin Murray. I mean, I know Hugo is an absolute stud, but just to change it up, I think, and I know the center's pretty damn good as well. And I know Avicic is good. So Jalil, I think I'm going to take Noah to change it up. So I'm going to take Noah here at pick number 5. We're going to have him be our long-term starting wing. So welcome to San Antonio out of France. Which kind of makes sense anyway, because of course Wembanyama, and that center falls to us. Yo, I think we got to take him, right? He's from Duke. I think we got to take him. I mean, I didn't expect him to fall, but I've noticed he develops really well. So we're going to take him to be our backup 5 of the future. We have like 2, and Ian Jackson is still here. What is going on in this draft? I will absolutely take that. Do we have like, how many second round picks do we have? Carter Bryant. We can take Asa here, bro. Oh my goodness, this is a great draft so far. And then let's take Elliot. Maybe not Elliot Caldwell. Do we want Carter Bryant? What do we want? Maybe we can grab Stojakovic. So let's grab. We might have another second, but I'm just gonna let 2K do whatever they want there. So Noah, and then I don't know how to say his name, but I know he's very good. Ian Jackson in the second round is just amazing. Asa Stojakovic, and then Freddie Dillon. Like, it won't even let me sign him. I think our rosters are gonna get. Well, we can't. I was trying to sign him to a two-way, but yeah. I mean, I doubt he'll ever crack the rotation, so I'll just drop that. Ooh, yeah. We're already having too many problems with the roster. So we gotta cut someone. I don't know who that's gonna be. So who do we want to cut? Do we cut Champagny? I'm surprised it says wait, what does it say exactly? It says we have too many players in the main roster. Please resolve before continuing. So I assume we have to cut at least one player, or maybe we just don't sign Stojakovic, I guess. Maybe? Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. So Harrison Ingram will accept, and then we'll accept City, Juan Nunez, Blake Wesley, Branham, Jeremy Sohan, Wimby, all accepted. Qualifying offers, nothing, and then free agency. So yeah, we just had a crazy good draft, which is awesome. Trey Jones, probably have interest in bringing him back, although Juan Nunez, maybe in theory, could be ready to play. So we are going to move Stephon Castle to point guard eventually, so we'll do that in here a little bit. And I'll move Vassell back to shooting guard, so he is going to regress back to where he was, but I like him as our long-term starting shooting guard next to Stephon Castle. So that's great. And then we just drafted, so we're going to try to get rid of Barnes. You know, maybe we can send him somewhere else. Ian Jackson and, you know, Noah's probably going to be my small forward rotation going forward. Barnes ain't going to be here for very much longer. And then Keldon Johnson, I think I'll try to move as well. Sohan and Asa, as well as probably our power forward rotation for now. I'll keep an eye on Sohan. As much as I like him, I do notice he kind of sucks in 2K, so I'm not really sure what we'll do there. But yeah, we pretty much have our rotation figured out. It's just a matter of, can we dump Harrison Barnes? Maybe we don't even need to. He'll probably regress himself out of the rotation. So I guess if there was one player that maybe I'd want to trade here, it'd be Keldon Johnson. But if I'm going to trade Keldon Johnson, I kind of ideally would like to see if I can get like an upgrade somewhere, like not just sell him off. I guess we could in theory just sell him, but I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look around the league and kind of see what's available to us. Maybe we can find a trade partner that gives us like a good power forward for the future. Just look at all options here. So it looks like we are going to trade Keldon Johnson here. Ideally, I would have loved to have like packaged him with another player to go for like a win now player, and I could have gotten like Lauri Markkanen or something, but I did get Lauri Markkanen in the last Spurs video, so I think today we're just going to simply sell him off. I want to play Noah as many minutes as possible to develop him. Keldon really doesn't move that much in 2K, so we're going to be sending him to Sacramento. We get Herter's expiring contract. He'll be a good rotational player for a year, but mainly I'm obviously after that 2027 first, so we'll absolutely take that. So unfortunately, Keldon is gone, and don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing to have also gotten Herter as a rotational player this year. Now, Trey Jones at 25 years old, we just sent Juan Nunez to the G League, so he might be ready to play. Blake Wesley will probably continue to develop. So part of me thinks re-signing Trey Jones probably isn't the best thing to do because, of course, eventually the team's going to get expensive as it is. Now, it may not be a problem right now, so we could just technically sign him and call it a day. But I kind of want to give some of these young guys minutes, so I think I'm just going to not re-sign Trey Jones and let him go somewhere else. So that may not be the popular opinion to do, but I'm going to do that. So we got Wimby up to a 95, Vassell up. Someone is up. Stephon Castle's already up to an 82, which is beautiful. Branham 79, and then Blake Wesley. So like I said, Blake Wesley developing. I think will be a fine backup point guard this year. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And Juan Nunez also still developing in the background. So all looking really good. I'm excited for year 2. I think there's a sliver of a chance we could be a play-in team. I really do. It all depends on how good Noah is. I know we could have hit a home run with Hugo. He would have been fantastic right away. But just to change it up, I'm going with Noah and hoping... Oh, I just loaded the same draft class. I'm sorry, but we can't do 2025 2 years in a row. That's just not going to happen. So we got to fix that. So yeah, I would have loved to, you know, have another chance at Cooper Flag, but that's just not really... That's not how it works. So we're going to go ahead, get the right draft class, and then we can look at the rotation all together. So new update, 97 real players by Joda Kilmer. All right, so let's get into it. So got to cut 2 guys. So who are we going to cut? So let's see. I mean, I would love to ideally just get rid of Barnes, but if I release him right now, it's going to stretch his contract. Champagny probably will never enter the rotation either. So who am I going to cut? That's a good question. Well, I got to cut 2 guys here, and I guess, unfortunately, City's probably going to have to be a, I mean, do I just cut Ingram? He was a second-round pick. I don't know, man. Barnes is not going to be here much longer, but I don't want to waive him, or if I waive him, it'll stretch his contract, so I'm not doing that. City and Champagny. I'm probably going to release Champagny, I guess, because he probably will never enter the rotation, and neither is City. So we're just going to do that. So we'll release City and Champagny. and we'll call it a day. So now we're getting the rotation. Power's going to last 9th overall. We're already at 3.5 defensive system, which is nice. So maybe we just run defense, or do we want to go to balanced? We'll leave it at defense. Why not? So we got Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell. Noah is going to start. I'm hoping he can be good, really good right away. So on at that 4 still. Wembanyama, Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, Herter, and then you got Kev or Kyle. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to try to pretend to. So yeah, I think we could also move Herter to small forward and he goes up. So he would probably help us be really good this year. So I'm excited, man. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully Noah can be really good right away. So now we can send a couple guys to the G League. So we'll probably do Ian Jackson to the G League. He'll be ready to be our bench piece next year. And then we can send probably Asa there as well. So we'll do those two. And proficiency. And then other than that, I do want to look at shot tendencies because I want to see how good Noah's going to be right away. So he only has a 65 shot tendency. So we're going to push that up just a little bit because I want him to develop as much as possible. Let's say it's like 81. Stephon Castle is an 85. Of course, Wemby wants to take his majority of shots. And Vassell will do like 80 or something like that. So let's simulate this year. And let's see if we can maybe make a play-in run or a playoff run as soon as year 2 with Wembanyama. So we have stopped at the trade deadline as we are 30-21. I was kind of wondering if we'd be able to make a play-in run this year. Well, we're better than that. And I think I'd be doing myself a disservice with all this expiring money that I have not to try to maybe make a trade here to upgrade this roster to give Wemby a real chance to maybe win a championship as soon as this year in his 3rd season in the league. So if you take a look at how things are going, you had 24 from Wemby, 16 from Stephon Castle, 14.5 from Devin Vassell, and then 13 from Noah. So that's really good to see him doing well. Efficiency isn't the best, but it's his rookie season, so hopefully that just, upgrades and gets better. But Zach Collins is expiring contract. You have, obviously, Herter's expiring money. We have Harrison Barnes expiring money. We got to try to get at least somebody here. And if we take a look at all the options, now, we could go like crazy and go for Devin Booker or something, but it's not really what I want to do, to be honest with you. We could probably easily get him. And then funny enough, the 76ers are full on selling as well. So we more than likely could get Embiid on this team, but same thing. I kind of don't really want Embiid. Maxey would also be fun, but I want to keep Castle at the point guard spot. I know Maxey is the 2 guard technically, so maybe we could make that work, but I don't know. Kind of preferably looking at that power forward spot, and I want to make our defense even crazier. And I don't know why it is, but the Grizzlies just always suck in 2K. But imagine we add Jaren Jackson with Wembanyama. I think that just sounds insanely crazy defensively. So that is kind of what I'm looking at here to see if we can get Jaren Jackson off the Grizzlies. Some other options are, whatever Atlanta has to, to offer us. Again, marketing, it does make a ton of sense, but I just wanted to maybe try to not go get after the same player I did in the last video. So, or the last Spurs video, that is. So we are going to try to see, again, now getting Embiid with Wemby would be crazy, but he's got 4 years left in his deal. Like, once we pay Wembanyama, it's going to make things very awkward, and it's just going to be really hard to build a roster. So I'm going to go see what Jaren Jackson, he just signed an extension as well. So yeah, only 30 million. In last year, it'd be 39 million, but I don't even know if we'll reach that point in this video. So I think Jaren Jackson is a no-brainer here to see if we can get him. And we have the expiring money to offer to make it happen. So he won't be playing center, of course. He'll be playing power forward for us. So we are going to start with one of these expiring contracts. I guess we can start with Kevin Huerter's money because he actually at least would be valuable to Memphis. So we're going to start with Huerter's money. And then since we are technically getting Jaren Jackson, and again, I like Sohan, but he sucks in 2K. The simulation just isn't there for him. 9 points, 33% shooting from 3. Only 5. His stats don't look bad, but I feel like every time I've kept Sohan in a Spurs video, it just does not go well for me. So I'm going to try to see Huerter and Sohan. So that's already some good trade value to start things off. We have Chicago's unprotected, Chicago's unprotected, and then Charlotte's unprotected. So I feel like that could probably get it done right there. I don't want to trade both. I want to keep one of them. So I guess the Chicago's pick is better. So we'll put the Hornets pick in. Is there anybody else we can offer to them? I mean, we can offer like Ingram, who will probably never end up playing for us. We can maybe offer them Juan Nunes, who's another guy that may never crack the rotation for us. So let's see. You have a minimum guy you can offer us? Nope. Both 2 ways. Nope. Can't do that one either. So no. Okay. So maybe we just have to keep it at this. So Huerter and so on. 2026 first. And maybe I give you this 2026 Atlanta swap as well. So they get Sohan and Huerter, and then 2 first-round picks for Jaren Jackson. They agree. So we get Jaren Jackson, our brand new power forward, to pair with Wemby. Upgrades our defense tenfold. Absolutely love that. And, of course, Jaren Jackson can shoot a little bit, as we know. It doesn't always have the best efficiency, but he's shooting 38% from 3 this year. So we'll absolutely take that. We got Stephon Castle, Vassell, and that, like I said, defense, like, we're trying to build a good defensive team, and Jaren Jackson, in theory, should be a good fit in defensive system. And yeah, he's a good fit. I would, would have loved to see it be a full green bar, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and submit the rest of the season now that we have Jaren Jackson, and let's see how well the season goes with him. Another MVP award for Luka Doncic. VJ Edgecombe gets Rookie of the Year at the end of the day here, and Wemby gets a Defensive Player of the Year once again. So here's your All-NBA first team. No Wemby this time around. And no on All-NBA second team either, but it does make an All-NBA third team. Does Stephon Castle already make a defensive team? Let's see. So Wemby, of course, one defensive player. So, he's going to be there on all defensive first team. And yeah, Stephon Castle already making all defensive second teams. That's great. 15.5 points per game. 3-point shot still isn't great, but all good. That's why we brought in like Jaren Jackson who can shoot. And then Jaren Jackson also made all defensive second team. I just noticed that. So only 35% from three from him though. But we ended up being the third seed in the West. So of course things went extremely well. I'm very happy with how the season went. Wemby leading the way with 23. Jaren Jackson was 16, 15.5, 14, 12 from Noah. You have 10 from Zach Collins, 11 from Branham, and then 10 and 5 off of the bench. I have yet to try to pronounce this guy's name. I mean, his first name looks like it's Kayla. Maybe it's Malak. I don't know. Kayla Malak. Probably not right. But Blake Wesley, Juan Nunez as well. But let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Utah Jazz in round 1 to advance to the second round in Wemby's third season. This will be his first time in the playoffs, of course. Can't wait to see that one day. Let's simulate current round against the Jazz, and maybe we're not ready for the moment. I thought getting Jaren Jackson would help us out, but maybe that's not going to be the case here. We're still a very young team, so at the end of the day, losing here isn't the end of the world, but it does suck because I want to be a little bit more competitive than that, but the Jazz take us out. It's not like Utah is like a team to worry about every single time. But they beat us pretty easily. They beat us in 5, so not a good look to start things off here. But the Thunder go on to win it all. So that kind of sucked. Maybe humbled us a little bit, but we'll get back on the wagon and figure things out. So we are getting Chicago's pick. I'm pretty damn sure it's unprotected this year. I guess I should technically double check, which I will, like I always do. But it's projected to be pick 9. If it found a way to drop into that top 4, I would not be mad. Just saying. So let's see what happens. And no, not going to get that lucky. It drops to 10. So I guess I'll double check if this pick actually does belong to San Antonio. I'm like, I'd say 95% sure it does belong to them. I don't think Chicago's pick is protected next year. I could be totally wrong, though, to be honest, even though I just said I was like 95% positive. But let me go double check. Your boy was absolutely right. It was only top 8 protected, and of course, it fell out of the top 8. So we'll see if we can grab another good player here in this draft. So Derek Queen, Memphis gets Izzy, and then Darius goes. Okay. So Harrington is probably the guy we take. Isn't he like usually the guy that goes first in this draft? Why did he fall to me all the way to 10? Okay. I will not even question it. I think he's the best player available. He's 6'7". He's got Hall of Fame ceiling. No doubt in my mind that's who we're taking. So welcome to San Antonio. Could not be happier with that pick. So I'll definitely take that. 78 overall. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that always goes like really early. I don't know what happened, but hey, he fell to me at 10. Not going to complain. So Wemby, Castle, A.N. Jackson, and Asa, and then qualifying offers, Juan Nunez, Wesley, Ingram, and Branham. So honestly, with getting Harrington, he's 6'7", but I think we'll play him at backup point guard for now. But I think that makes Blake Wesley, we probably don't have to bring him back at this point then. So yeah, we pretty much have a full rotation because I know this guy's going to develop, I know this guy's going to develop, and I know this guy's going to develop. And I know hopefully Noah develops as well. But if not, Ian Jackson definitely will. I've seen him develop really well in 2K. So I guess the only thing I'm looking to resign is maybe a backup shooting guard. I know we need depth, but if like Wesley's asking for too much money, we can just give him the boot. But he's only asked for $9 million, so we could probably give him like... It is going to be third string money, which is why I'm concerned with giving him that much, but we'll see. Now, Branham will play. Zach Collins, we're going to have to let go because, again, that'll be third string money. Barnes, we're absolutely not bringing back. So let's just go ahead and get things settled here. So Juan Nunez, I guess we won't be bringing back either. And then we probably won't. I'll wait on Blake Wesley, but I'm kind of leaning towards not bringing him back right now, but it just kind of depends on how much he's asking for in the last day. The Branham, I'm going to take him to as far as possible as well because I want to pay him for as cheap as possible. His team's going to get expensive. Castle's going to be a free agent soon. Wemby's going to be a free agent soon. Like, we're going to have to pay those guys. So, yeah, we're going to take this for as long as possible. Still has no offers, it looks like, so we should be fine. I know Branham develops nicely in 2K as well. So, day 12, no offers from anybody, so we can sign him to, like, let's give him a 4-year deal. Let's say it's like 14 million. That's not too bad. And then Blake Wesley on the other hand, we'll give him like 2 years, something like that. I think that's a tradable contract if needed. So we'll bring those two guys back. Ingram's back on his qualifying offer as well. So let's take a look. So do we have development? We thought we did. Let's see. So we got Castle up to an 86. Branham's up to an 82. So glad we brought him back. Noah's up. This guy is up like I thought. Ian Jackson's up. And yeah, so as I thought, all those guys we drafted developed crazily. So I'm excited. Was that the right word to use? I don't know. But year number 3, it looks pretty good. That's all I'll say. I feel like year number 3, we could be a contender, a sneaky contender. And the team is only going to continue to develop and get better. Yeah, we are going to be terrifying for years to come. So this is year number 3. How awesome would it be if we could start this video and, or start this 3rd season right here and go back to back to back and three-peat to end the video. Look at that. 4.5 defensive system. Year 3, Noah's still a young player, but we get a 4.5 defensive system. I will take that. Now, I just noticed we've been using bench utilization like crazy, up to 90. We're going to shrink that down. Castle, Vassell, Noah, Jackson, Wemby, Branham, Ian Jackson, Kayla, and then you got Asa, and then Blake Wesley. So I think we'll give Harrington this nod, though. I want Harrington to play, so we're going to give Harrington these minutes. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited. I'm optimistic that this team is going to be insanely good, but maybe 2K proves me otherwise. We start off 0-1, but we're looking good now. We're going on a little bit of a run, so let's keep it going. This year MVP goes to Shea Gilgeous Alexander, not Luka Doncic. Cameron Boozer is your rookie of the year, averaging 22 for the Warriors. Collier 6-man, Wemby defensive player. So yeah, he can't stop getting defensive player of the year awards, of course. And then Jordy Fernandez and Cody Toole is your coach and executive of the year. So we get Wemby, All NBA second team, which is great. And then Stephon Castle made All NBA third team. Wow, okay. I'm impressed. I wonder why he got All NBA third team. Let's take a look at those stats and see what he did. So 17, 8, and 8. Man is cooking. All right, I like it. All defensive first team, Wemby, and then we do get Stephon Castle making it as well. He's up to an 87. Fantastic stuff. So we do end up being the second seed in the West. As I figured, we were going to be a top seed. We got absolutely demolished in round 1 last year. I'm looking to bounce back from that, of course. Noah being our third leading scorer with 13. Is he more efficient? No. 3-point percentage is insanely bad still. But thankfully, and the Castles is not very good either. So maybe we can think about a switch there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, in theory, everybody can like at least hoist them up. Maybe they're respectful. But yeah, percentages aren't looking good. 3-point percentage is very important in the NBA nowadays. But I'm going to a 9-man rotation in the playoffs. That does... Oh, no. That kicks out Asa, I guess. And Harrington is cold. Probably doesn't help. He's only getting 12 minutes a game, unfortunately. This probably wasn't the best spot for him. But, I mean, the talent was there. We had to take him. All right. Let's win a series, though. We didn't win it last year at all. We do get the Pelicans, who have drafted well. They got Dylan Harper. They got Missy still as their starting center. But... And then Ingram is still on the team. I can't wait to see what happens with Ingram, man. I don't know. Is anyone going to trade for him? Still some Jeremy Grant rumors popping up. The offseason is not dead yet, man. There's going to be one more thing that happens, I think. But regardless, somebody current round against New Orleans. Please don't lose in round 1. And we're down 3-1 again. Okay, well, what do we do? Does somebody need to be benched? I don't know. Unfortunately, I did not expect, I was thinking about contender stuff here. Maybe win a championship this year, but about to be humbled again here, bro. New Orleans has our number unless we come back from 3-1. And no, not going to happen. So maybe Noah's not the answer at the 3 spot. That's like the only thing I can think of that's holding us back here, man. I don't know. 15 and 11 from him. Not 50% from 3 in that game. But yeah, overall, not good. Brutal stuff, man. Brutal stuff through 3 years. Year 1, we didn't make it. The Jazz, who beat us last year, ended up going all the way to win the finals. So I don't know. Maybe we don't put too much stock into losing to both of those teams, but we haven't even dealt with like the Thunder, the Mavericks, or the Timberwolves, and those are the teams that usually give me problems, bro. I don't know. Not a good start, though. We're going to year 4. I want to get Pop one more ring if possible, and then we have Sacramento's pick from that Herder or from that Keldon Johnson trade. I'll take that. So 2027 draft. Let's see if we get lucky, and this time it jumps up. It falls again. Why do we not have any lottery luck going our way, man? 23rd overall pick as well. I'm not going to fire Popovich, even though, we've gone back-to-back losing in the first round. Maybe it is his fault. Just kidding. I'm going to get Darvin Ham as assistant, though, if he'll sign. So Darvin Ham, a lot of good badges. As an assistant, I think he's fine, so we'll take him. We'll grab a shot doctor. I don't know, man. What do we do this offseason? Do we make, another significant trade? I don't know. I kind of like the idea of just staying patient. Why does it feel like a spider is biting me in my thigh right now? I'm not even kidding. I don't I don't know what's going on. But we're gonna say no. Is Monty Williams on my team or something? He is. He's my permanent defensive coach. Okay, interesting. I did not realize that. Did I sign him or was he already on the Spurs? I don't know. But let's make sure he doesn't go anywhere. All right, so I like that we have Monty Williams. I'm not even sure where he came from. Maybe the Spurs hired him in real life. I don't know. But regardless, draft night. We have the 6th pick, 19th pick, and 23rd pick. So 3 first-round picks. The team is filling up very, very fast. But, you know, we'll jump in and see what we can get at pick number 9 or 6, I should say. So I think we're going to take Caleb Gaskins here. And I'm going to let the assistant GM take care of the other 2 late first. I think whoever we get, I mean, it's going to be really hard to put them in the rotation anyway. The team is already just, you know, stacked with young talent. But we get Maximum Adams. He looks auto-generated as hell. But you know what? We'll go ahead and sign him. Player options, Stephon Castle, Noah, and then, you know, Kayla will sign those, of course. And then, yeah, a problem with getting all the guys that we did in the 2nd round, they're now, of course, free agents already. I wish 2K gave you the option to sign, you know, some second round picks to 3-year contracts, because that does happen quite often. Of course, no brainer. We're bringing Wemby back. Now, it is even going to give me the option to re-sign Ian Jackson, all that right now. So let's just make sure we get Wemby back. No brainer. So he's getting an offer. 4 years. He'll be locked up for the rest of the, you know, video, which is important. We got 2 years left to try to turn this bad boy around. I think at this point, we'll literally just make sure that, you know, Asa and Ian Jackson are back. And I think that's, you know, where we'll take things. So we just got to go to qualifying offers. The roster's full. Like, yes, we could go make a trade in theory, but I kind of like where we're at. So let's see. Progression, I assume, is going to be even better this offseason. So let's see. So Harrington's already up to an 83. I kind of figured he would develop. I mean, maybe we could get crazy and play Harrington to 2. Because, I mean, he is an 80. He's 6'7". So I think he could definitely play it, of course. And then we move Noah to the bench. And then we put Devin Vassell at the 3 again. Like, we could do that. Or, I mean, I don't think I'll play Harrington at the 3. I don't know much about him in real life yet. But, you know, he looks good. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll probably move Harrington to shooting guard. So he is going to go up as well. So I think Harrington's going to start. And we'll move Vassell to small forward. And he'll probably develop or go up as we move him as well. But yeah, 86. That's probably what we do this season. Let's see if that changes anything for us. We're looking to clearly make it into the playoffs and make a run. We've made it. But we've gotten bounced very early every time. I don't care about the draft class at this point. We're loaded with young talent as it is. So proficiency, 4.5 defense still, even with moving Harrington in. So that's fine with me. So if you take a look at the rotation, it's Stephon Castle, it's Harrington, it's Vassell, Jaren Jackson, Wemby, Branham, Noah, Asa, and then Kayla. And that, I guess, leaves Ian Jackson on the rotation. But we can run a salmon rotation we need to. So, all right, let's simulate year number 4. And let's see how this season goes now that we've moved Harrington into the starting 5. This time we got a little bit of a weird MVP. Halliburton gets it this time around. I usually don't see that. It's either usually like Shea or Luka, obviously. But we do get most improved going to Harrington, which is nice. And then Wemby defensive player. So that's, you know, of course, what we've seen every year with Wemby. No All-NBA first team for Wemby, though. All-NBA second team. And Castle this time doesn't make an all-defensive or all-NBA team. But Wemby's there. And then Castle continues to make all-defensive teams, which is great. But we got the first in the West this year, which is great. But do we win a series is the question. So 20 from Wemby, 16 from Stephon Castle, 14 from Harrington, moving into the starting 5, seemed to do all right. Of course, 13.5 rather than 14. But Noah with 11 from Vassell, up to an 87, which is fantastic. So, I mean, the lineup looks great. We're, you know, we got 87 overall minimum at this point. I guess Harrington's 85, but he'll probably develop into a 90, I assume. So let's see if we can win a series finally. We get Denver, so we got to deal with Nikola Jokic. They have Jordan Poole as well. They probably don't have Russell Westbrook anymore. They have Marcus Smart, though. They also have Nolan Traore, Jordan Strother, Michael Porter, Gordon. Jokic versus Wemby. Of course, that would be very entertaining as a series. Please don't lose in the first round again. Bro, do I not have any luck with the San Antonio Spurs? I don't know what's going on. Can we not get anything to go our way with the Spurs? Maybe we just let Popovich just ride off into the sunset. I don't know. Maybe we can force the Game 7 here, though. It's looking like we're going to. All right, so we're going to force the Game 7. So let's see if we can win this Game 7. This is in San Antonio. For whatever reason, we just aren't as dominant as I thought we'd be. But let's see. Can we get it done? Okay. To win Game 7, 20 from Noah. So he saves the day, I guess. Do I go aim rotation? Like, do we really need to shrink it that much? I don't think so. I like Kayla getting minutes. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the rest goes. Maybe it's our rebounding. I don't know. I know Wemby, of course, is a great rebounder, so in theory, it should be fine. But Warriors, they have Shaden Sharp and Jamal Murray as their backcourt. They also have Jalen Duren. They have Karen Boozer, Aaron Nesmith. So outside of Stephen Curry being gone, of course, they have a pretty solid team. Not bad at all. Similarly, current round against Golden State, and this time we're gonna maybe beat them in 6. Yep, okay. So a little bit of a sweat there in Game 7 against the Nuggets, but we do beat them. We beat the Warriors, in 6. It wasn't like easily, but we do beat them nonetheless. And now we get the Thunder, who of course have been the team that I've been worrying about, but we keep losing to other teams. So let's see if we can beat the Thunder, who did sign Jonathan Kuminga. He signed for $60 million. Okay, well, let's give it our best try. Someone current round against Oklahoma City, and we are down 3-0. I had a feeling once we ran into the Thunder that we probably weren't going to beat them because simply we just aren't good enough right now. I don't know what it is, but this team isn't clicking. So we got to do something. Like, this team isn't good enough. I don't know what it is, but we got to find a way to make it better because I'm surprised with Wemby. I thought, this would be an easy thing to do. Hey, we got Wemby. We're going to go win a championship with easily. No, has not been the case at all. So we have Boston's pick, I guess. And once again, falls. So 7th overall. Is that from the Derek White trade? Or is that might be too far out? I don't know. Regardless, though, I guess we're not getting Popovich back. He probably retired at this point, so we're not going to bring him a championship, which sucks. The next best guy to get, and we're already defensive system, would be Tom Thibodeau. Would be kind of crazy to have Tom with Wemby. Imagine how many minutes Tom Thibodeau would play Wemby, bro. I don't know. He might be playing 48 minutes a game. We're going to decline for Darvin Ham. I want to keep the best staff possible. Let's see if we can keep him around. So Darvin Ham's good. Got a permanent defensive coach. All right, well, as long as Darvin Ham doesn't leave us, we got the best staff we could possibly have. I mean, Popovich was fantastic as well, but for whatever reason, just was... Oh, I didn't want to skip past that pick. Okay. Do we trade Vassell out? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the best plan of action is here, because clearly what we got going on is not good enough. So I'm going to see where we could go. All right, we're about to try something absolutely insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to the Milwaukee Bucks because they suck. And if you take a look at what their status is right now, they are selling. They are selling. And if we get Giannis Antetokounmpo with Wemby and Jaren Jackson, now that could be the greatest defensive team of all time. The spacing, like I said, Jaren Jackson, Wemby can hoist it up. Giannis will try, but of course it's not great from there. But I don't care. I'm trying to bring Wemby a championship. If you're telling me I can get Giannis Antetokounmpo with Wemby, I'm going to try it. So we're going to start with Vassell's contract being in here. Now, I am willing to throw Harrington in here, but I'm going to try to keep him out for right now. I'll throw Branham in here. I will throw this guy in here who has a ton of trade value. I'll throw Gaskins in here. So, yeah, we're giving up a lot. But to get Giannis Antetokounmpo would just be amazing to end this video. We're going to year 5, trying to win a championship. Vassell, Branham, Kayla, Gaskins, 7th overall pick in this draft. What do you say? They agree. We get Giannis freaking Antetokounmpo. Sign me up for that. So I don't know how we're going to run the rotation just yet. But does Jaren Jackson go up at small forward? No, he goes down. So Giannis, I think, he goes up. We'll play Giannis at the 3. It doesn't even matter. I mean, the defense is going to be insane. Like, I don't know how you... I don't know. I hope this works. But we're pulling out all the stops. We go for it. We bring Giannis in. And now we have ourselves an insane roster. So qualifying offers. Of course, all these guys are going to have to be re-signed because, clearly we got to make things happen here. So Stephon Castle is about to get his contract. Now, we still have, we don't have a point guard, which would be Stephon Castle. So I guess we'll re-sign Blake Wesley because we just moved Branham out of here. So we'll sign, or why is Blake Wesley? I thought I gave Blake Wesley a 2-year deal. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. All right, whatever. So we'll resign Stephon Castle. Let's get that out of the way. So we're obviously going to do that. But this is year 5. So Ian Jackson not asking for like that much money, so I can bring him back. Ace is asking for a ton of money, so I'm going to wait till the last day for that one, and then Wesley will bring back. So sign those guys, bring those guys back, and now we should have a really good rotation there. So even if we just ran that back, I assume that's a good rotation in itself. So Wesley, Harrington, Ian Jackson is back, and so we can play Noah or Ian Jackson at power forward. Probably Noah, Noah. And we probably need a good backup 5, like a good rebounding one. So we can bring like Tillman. Maybe we just trade for it at the deadline. We could bring Drummond in, I guess, but Drummond probably wouldn't even crack the rotation at that point. I don't know. Maybe we could like sign and trade Asa for a center. I don't know. Does anybody want to offer him a contract? We'd probably, I mean, we could maybe we send turn Ian Jackson to a sign and trade and we bring back Asa. Let's do that. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna sign and trade Ian Jackson, and we'll see if we can get a good backup 5. So we're sending Ian Jackson and Herbert Meyer over to the Warriors for Ivisic to be our brand new backup 5. So now we simply just got to re-sign Asa, and we have the final team that we're gonna try to see if we can bring a championship to San Antonio with. I mean, I'd like to think that this team is going to be good enough to do so. Giannis, Wemby, Jaren Jackson, Stephon Castle, Harrington. Like, I don't know how that wouldn't get it done. But 2K is a crazy thing. So we're going to see how it ends up going. So we're going to give him a 3-year deal, bring him back, and now we can go straight to player progression. So we got Giannis down, Stephon Castle up, Harrington, Asa. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go look at the rotation all together for this final season. And we shall see if we can finally bring it home here. So let's see. Let's look at the rotation all together. Powering's going to 2nd overall. Proficiency. 5-star defense with Tom Thibodeau leading the way as well. I mean, come on, man. Castle, Harrington, Giannis, Jaren Jackson, Wemby, Asa, Noah, Ivisic, and Blake Wesley. Let's run it. And let's hope that we bring home a championship. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we won 70 games. Like, this team is damn good. So Luka gets the MVP season in this final year. Allen Ingram, Rookie of the Year on the Suns. Dillingham, 6th man. Chet, Defensive Player. Dillingham is on the Hornets now. Interesting. And then I assume, yeah, Coach of the Year goes. Wait, wait. Or no, we didn't see Defensive Player, did we? Did we see Defensive Player? Oh, it went to Chet. Wow. So Wemby doesn't get it for once. I assume with Giannis coming over, maybe that made things different. I don't know. But we got Coach of the Year at 68 and 14. So we didn't win 70 games, but yeah, unfortunately, no 71 season, but we're still the 1st seed. Stephon Castle on NBA 3rd team. Is Wemby not on? I mean, I assume Giannis just took over, and maybe that's why. Is Giannis on here? No. But Stephon Castle of all people gets on here. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, we do get him on all-defensive team as well. And Wemby doesn't make an all-defensive team at all. That's crazy. Well, 1st seed in the Western Conference. If this team, yeah, the stats were very spread out, so that kind of makes sense. But if this team does not get the championship, I am going to be pissed, man. This is like probably one of the best teams I've ever built. So we're going to run an 8-man rotation throughout these playoffs. We get Sacramento in round 1. Fox, Carter, Koa. There's no way they stand a chance. So I'm going to go around against Sacramento. And win game 1. I would have rage quit so fast. It's not even funny. We were down at one point. They had the elimination game. But we do end up coming back and beating them. Now, Steph is back on the Warriors, I guess. Did he sign somewhere else for a year? Yeah, he went to Atlanta. Okay. I would be very surprised if that ever were to happen. But we got a 41-year-old Stephen Curry coming to the plate. Now, they do have like Boozer and Shaden Sharp, so they have a good team. But please beat them. Somebody come around and we sweep them. I don't know why Sacramento gave us so many problems, but whatever. Now we get Dallas, Luka, Kyrie, Taurean Prince, Gafford, Lively, KJ Evans, Christie. And I hope we can still beat them. It's an even series, so it's not going to be as easy as I thought it might be. We got to win this game 5. If we lose this game 5, we could be in trouble, but now, I thought it'd be a lot smoother than this, but we are going to blow them out in game 5, so at least we got that going for us. And let's see if we can simcast game 6 and just get to the finals here, man. No, I think Dallas is going to send us to a game 7 back to San Antonio, unfortunately for us. Okay, well, unless we come back at the end. Made it close, but not there. All right, game 7. This is to get to the NBA Finals. Let's see if we can make it happen. Just blow them out, please. Let's just get to game 7, man. I want to see if we can beat Chicago in the finals, and it's looking good right now. It's going our way, and if we blow it, bro, I'm out. I'm out, and it's looking good. I think we got it. So we're going to the finals. We get to play Chicago as Ace Bailey, who's averaging 34, I guess. Damn, shout out to him. So Ivy, Lonzo, Ace Bailey, Noah Clowney. This is a good damn team. This is a good damn team. But I'm sorry, Chicago. When I look at your team compared to mine, we're just better. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3, and nope, no sweep. But we beat them in 5. So we end the video on a championship. Wanted to get more than that. For whatever reason, man, even though I have Wembanyama, I struggle getting the Spurs championships. I don't know what it is. I had to go get Giannis to make it happen. I don't know why. But hey, it is a championship nonetheless. And I think that went pretty good. The team we built was pretty insane. The draft, I don't know. The drafting today was weird. So many good players fell in the draft. I don't know why. But hey, I'll take it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys drop a like if you did. I will see you all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.